Connor? Hello? Okay, all right. Well, welcome everyone to our lovely finals match here. Connor immediately just decided to go away and has left me with a super awkward introduction, but here we are. Here we are playing Overwatch. And the boys are ready. Looks like we're up against Murray Gold. No idea of what Murray is other than Bill, but I'm sure they're great. I'm sure that they are great. Um, yeah, Connor's just. I'm just gonna have a little conversation with myself now. How do you think that Sac State is gonna do? Frankly, Corinna, I think that Sac State is gonna do great, especially with their rousing success last week. I think especially with I'm just getting Discord messages frantic from Connor there, but that's all right. Anyway, frankly, especially after their commanding performance, I think that I, I, I'm Connor now. I think we'll just have to see. Let's just see. I think we're gonna see some great staggers, and it's just what you love
Okay,
to see from Sacramento. Oh, hello. Is Connor? Are you there?
I am alive.
Oh, look who decided to join us. It was you that was late, not me. That's crazy.
I'm sorry.
Anyway,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry that my PC power cycled itself for literally no discernible reason.
well, hopefully that doesn't happen again, like last week, where the entirety of Sacramento decided to shut off
Yeah,
momentarily. Yeah, that was pretty good. That was pretty good. Pretty good. So hopefully that doesn't happen again.
hopefully.
Um, but yeah, we've got Murray State U Sports. What do you know about Murray State, Connor?
I have known nothing because DOS didn't tell me who we were facing today, and I have no idea what to expect here. But what I can think we're probably going to see is Junker Queen. As you know, and as I'm certain you've encountered playing Overwatch, Junker Queen right now is broken in terms of healing 2 times off of the wounds she deals is incredibly strong, especially when all of your supports can land heals. That's the problem with a lot of ranked and a lot of casual plays that the supports aren't as good. At this level of play and with this kind of coordination, they are, and it shows that Junker Queen can just turn into an invincible raid boss. So we're probably going to see a lot of Junker Queen being played, and transversely, we're probably going to see a lot of Ana, a lot of Kiriko, and then comps kind of like Brawly. So that's probably what I'd expect. If not, I don't know.
I'm about to sneeze. Nope, I'm good. All right. Well, I think that's yeah, I think that's fair. I mean, Murray State, from my Googling, has 4% higher of a graduation rate. So, hypothetically, they would be a little bit more strategic than our brute force SAC staters. But, that's just Google. And frankly, Google can lie. For all I know, Google was actually invented in Murray, Kentucky. So, frankly, oh, there's your camera
Yep,
for a
yep,
second there. All right.
it's again, boys.
The EMP is happening. Sombra
It,
is in.
she is finding me. She has
Yeah.
found my location.
Yeah,
I
this
thought I
is
changed it.
this is really chaotic already. Just in general. So I think this
Mhm.
is gonna be a great I think this is gonna be a great go. I mean, I think we're in goofy, silly mood from everything starting off, and hopefully our players can give some goofy, silly wins for us to comment on. So,
In fact, yeah. What I can say though is that this is a best of 5. It's not a best of 3. It's not a best of 7. It's like it was back in the regular season here. So we're probably gonna see a bit more like aggression coming out from Sac State because they want to win these games quick. With a best of 7, they are more about holding out for the long haul. Oh, and my camera broke again.
what
I
it
can't.
looks like you did this on purpose. Look at that three-way, like, wow. That was exciting. Okay, well, I mean, frankly, to start off, I think we should change our title from best of three to best of five, just as a starter with that new information from Connor here. But yeah, I mean, best of five, what that means is that there's going to be a lot of, like what we saw previously with Sac State. I think there was another rather long game where Zora had to get swapped out and Canner sort of breathed new life. So I think Sac State does have that longevity here that other teams might not have. We are on what is why am I
Oasis.
blanking up this Oasis? I was gonna say Dubai, and that did
Yeah.
not seem right. Um,
Wrong part of the Middle East, but close enough.
I saw
Oasis.
some Arabic. I was thinking about Formula One. Don't worry about it. We are on. Is this Sank? No, that's Nepal. What am I doing?
This
What's
is
going on?
this is
What's
I
happening
believe
to
it's
me?
called Square. I think that's what this point is called. I forget what the exact name of this specific part of the map, but it's the one with the jump pad.
Well, it's also the one with the Junker Queens, because exactly what you said. We've got two Junker Queens. The difference is Flaming Sushi on the Tracer, but Skinned is on a Farah with no Mercy Pocket.
That
So
is
Uno is going to have to be able to snipe Farah out of the sky. Oh, there's the
they
Mercy
just
Pocket.
there's
I
the
was a little
synth
late.
TP. I think they just did the Lucio. I think they swapped the Lucio for just the speed boost out of spawn.
Yeah, maybe.
We are seeing the difference of comps here. It seems that Murray State is going for a bit
Ooh,
more of
Farah
a
getting very low for a
Ooh, yeah.
second there.
Yeah, I think they're focusing more on the healing aspect of their comp here with the Farah, with the Mercy and the Ana, while Sac State's going for a bit more of a brawl with the Lucio here.
Ooh, Flaming Sushi almost goes all the way down, but Owen is just
Popping off!
annihilating.
He's already gotten two, and he might get a third here. Okay, so Flaming Sushi gets the third, so
Flaming Sushi steals it.
kill
But
stealing.
yeah, that's gonna be Owen for you. Owen on the Baptiste, just doing what Owen on the Baptiste does. Baptiste might not be as meta as perhaps you might want him to be, but Owen is just so incredible on that Baptiste. It doesn't really matter.
One thing I am kind of interested to see is why Dusty isn't going with the Ana instead of Lucio here, because Ana is very strong against Junker Queen, especially with the anti. I'm really surprised we haven't seen that Ana come out.
Yeah, I mean, there's
that-
the Ana down, but Zora is also down. Flaming Sushi misses the stick,
But he
but
does
gets
get
the
the
McCree.
Cassidy.
And Owen is just going for the Farah there and gets her.
He managed to get the Farah while they were being healed by a Mercy Pocket.
Yeah, I think the Lucio is literally just to keep Owen alive so that Owen can kill everybody else. The Lucio was, going up on the pillar there and just helping Owen.
Agreed.
And they're already going back on this Farah. The Farah has not really been able to get any picks here.
Which is kind of strange because really the only ranged. Oh, well, never mind.
Well, there you go. And that's
Yeah.
Owen, a huge portion of Sac State, both in the healing and the damage.
Barrage
Barrage
comes
comes
out.
out.
Think about Uno. Both one's DPS is dead. Flaming Sushi is taking a nap.
Yep.
That was a nice sleep there from Horizon.
Yeah,
As
now it's
Valkyrie
just going to
comes
be
out
up to Sac State to try to stay on as long as possible, but Dusty goes down. It will be interesting to see whether Sac State switches their comp at all.
I don't think they're gonna switch because they have the Rampage, they have the Amplification Matrix, they're gonna have Bob here soon, the Pulse Bomb's coming online alongside the Sound Barrier, so I don't think they're gonna swap their comps just yet. Give it a team fight, I'd probably say they might, but we will have to see. Especially given if Uno will
Oh, double Rampage here.
manage to get on her.
On her
Yeah.
goes down, and Horizon. Skinned gets, Skinned gets
Skinned.
Uno.
ONG.
Owen goes very down, and Owen goes
Owen!
I
It's just the Pharmacy on the point here. But
And
since
Dusty
the only
is
person
so
who can actually get up there is
concerned.
Dusty. I mean, he is playing very carefully against the Farah, because that Farah can output a lot of damage. They did swap over to a ball. That, I'm guessing, this is just to
And
get
they
off
got the point.
Sac State did get the point, so
They got that
They-
point kind of sneakily there. I almost feel like Murray State thought that the Pharmacy was
Flaming
contesting.
Sushi goes down to the Cassidy as the
Owen gets
Amplification
Mercy.
Matrix comes out alongside Bob. Bob's on the point as well.
Nano
Barrage comes
Barrage
out.
gets Uno. Zora gets Horizon. And that's a
Ooh,
big High Noon gets both
big
of the
hit, yeah.
supports.
Big High Noon. And they're just gonna reset here.
Yeah, and that's all of Sac State's ults down, as well as Murray State. But at this point, Sac State should be switching,
I think we're
which is
gonna
what I'm
see.
seeing.
I think we're gonna see just a bit more healing with the Mercy now, because I think they're swapping to a bit more of a ranged Poke comp with Uno on the Cassidy. It's almost a mirror comp here. The only difference really is the Ana and the Tracer and the Pharah. It's really the only difference. Well, minus the ball, obviously, but
Yeah, I didn't like Dusty on that Lucio. I know he doesn't like Mercy, but the Lucio wasn't doing too much, and
Ooh.
Skinid gets Flaming Sushi.
really early here. And we do see the ball on the point. Ball is getting really, really low. The
Yeah,
res
but gets
is
healed up.
used- The res is used to get Cassidy back in this fight. Rampage is online alongside the minefield. Zora does have to be very careful though. If he tries to use Rampage into the minefield, like I've seen some Junker Queens do as of late, he would. You're not invulnerable during that, so you can be interrupted, and especially with those mines. If he tries to use it, he'll just get shut down. I've seen it a couple times. That's
Yeah,
why I
we're
bring
on
it up.
last fight territory here, 91 to 99, and Sac State is gonna have to do something. They've killed
Rampage
two,
comes out.
but Mercy goes
Both
down. Their
supports are now
Mercy
down.
goes down, and it is Flaming Sushi on the Echo. It's only the ball here who is very low, but is able to sort of sneak around
And that's
and
it.
might buy time.
They make.
It's gonna- no, it's gonna
just
buy
enough
time. It's
Just-
going to buy time.
Yep. Oh,
But Horizon is there on the Moira.
it's gonna buy just enough time here. Implication comes out, but that's gonna be it for the first round here. They tried really hard, but in the end, it doesn't even matter.
0 to 1.
As we move on to the next map, or next round here.
Ready
Oh, it's
for battle.
this one. I think this is called Garden. I think that's the name of this one.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
There's a garden. I'm just gonna call it that. It's the one with the really big walls that block off the point. That one, yes.
Indeed, the very big walls.
Yes. I guess
I
the
think
far-
Flaming Sushi is going to want to do this pharmacy when they know that Skinid picked pharmacy first.
The objective.
We do see the Pharmacy come out, but we do see Skinid swap over to the Echo as opposed to the Pharah. I mean, that does sort of make sense with the change from Echo, because she did get her duplicate has been buffed a little bit.
Ooh, Dusty goes down from the Echo,
Ooh.
and that's going to
But
be a
Flaming
big
Sushi
loss
making it
for
a
Sac
1-to-1
State.
here, because Horizon did go down as well. So alongside on her as well. Or did I say his name?
I'm
Honor?
assuming, yeah.
I'm just gonna go with Honor here.
Flaming Sushi kills himself and denies the ult charge, and Zora cleans up. gonna be Sac State.
Uno almost went down there from that Junker Queen. But Sac State had that in the bag. Let's see how they perform for this first team fight here. Alright, we're inspecting the Baptiste. Okay.
Yeah, we're
Okay.
getting up close and personal to the mind of ONG.
The star bat player of Sac State here, who is the third DPS, as we often call him.
Yeah. Murray State has gone to double hit scan here. Ash gets very low and gets picked
Flaming
off by
Sushi.
Flaming Sushi, but Skinid gets
Res
Flaming
is used.
Sushi. The
Ooh.
Mercy goes down
Good.
before the res comes off, and
Good
that's a
flank there from
barrage
Uno.
for Sac State.
That was a good flank there from Uno, catching that res out. That would have swung back the fight a little bit, especially because Skinid was an on her as well. I don't think this Ana is working for Murray State here. I think he's just getting too much focus from, especially Flaming Sushi. I don't think it's working. Do you think we might get a swap, or do you think they're running with it to keep the Junker Queen in the fight?
I'm gonna be honest. I feel like the Ana is I have no reason to think this, but I think the Ana is just a comfort pick. Dusty goes down, but on her, gets picked off as well. So does Horizon.
Uno! Woo!
Junker Queen is alone on the point. That was a
That was nice.
huge pick by Uno, right
That's
on the
a
Mercy's
4K
head.
and a team kill from Uno. Holy cow, man.
Rampage yet?
I can definitely say he's not tripping this game. Let's just get a quick rundown here of what exactly is going on. This is basically last fight territory here. Sac State does have the amplification matrix online. The only thing that Murray State has to counter that is the Valkyrie, which now gets used. Sac State has their own Valkyrie. Uno gets the opening pick here on Horizon alongside on her. ONG picking off the ball on the point, and ONG again. Sac State is just cleaning house here on Oasis. And that's going to be it for map number 1. Greta, what was your opinion on the Junker Queen you saw? Because
I'm gonna be honest. I don't think either Junker Queen was particularly game winning. I think it was mainly the DPS and the healer that was doing most of the heavy lifting here. We didn't really see any huge Junker Queen play that sort of changed fights, I think. I think it was kind of a zero-sum game. Neither seemed to get the upper hand on each other. But I think that also makes it so that now the rest of the team can determine the fights, right? Usually what we see is the tanks starting fights, making the space, etc. And I think the Junker Queen, because of how sort of small she is, she doesn't exactly soak up that much damage like regular tanks when it comes to making space. And so I think the Junker Queens was okay as long as both stayed Junker Queen. But I feel like the moment one switches off, I think we're going to see sort of a bigger tank differential. So I don't know. I'm kind of underwhelmed by both sides as Junker Queen.
Well, I think that just puts more emphasis on the DPS at this point. If both are running Junker Queen doesn't as you said, she can't really mitigate damage, so it's really all on the pick game here. Whether or not Junker Queen can either secure the picks or create situations where the DPS can capitalize.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
I have seen a couple instances where Zora is creating the situations, especially for Uno, but Flaming Sushi and Dusty just being an absolute nuisance, just overall. And alongside that, just Uno as well. It's just really good play from the DPS line of Sac State. What I can say though is, I think we're probably going to see some tank swaps potentially to a someone like Orisa. Maybe that could be the right call because of Fortify and the fact of how the only really way to deal with Junker Queen, especially with the amount of healing she can do, is with just stunning her. And Orisa can kind of play the brawl alongside Junker Queen. Maybe that's the play. I don't know. Maybe they might go hyper aggressive dive with Winston. That might be the play. But Sac State is playing a very mobile, very flying comp.
Yeah, I don't know about the Winston, especially versus a Junker Queen, simply because of that shotgun. I mean, when you get up in a Junker Queen's face, you've got the sword or the axe, whatever you want to call it, and the shotgun itself that acts like a Reaper, plus the bleed damage, that type of stuff. I think you can jump as Monkey, but you also, the moment you get that knife in you, you're going to get sort of rubber banded back. So I think, I don't know also Zora's Monkey. I don't think Zora's Monkey is that playable just because I haven't seen it very often. And when I have, it's not as groundbreaking as, say, the Sigma that I was singing the praises of. So I don't know about Monkey personally, but I do think the Orisa's probably going to come out just because I don't think that Orisa versus Junker Queen is that. I don't think Junker Queens wins versus an Orisa.
I agree with you, especially Orisa did get a slight damage buff to her primary in this latest patch. It went up from 12 to 13 per shot. So maybe that helps, especially at the closer ranges, where damage fall off really doesn't play play into consideration, which is where Junker Queen wants to play with her shotgun. Plus, Zora can't hit those javelins. He hits them very, very well. And
This
I
is
think,
true.
yeah. What I could also potentially see, and what I did see a little bit in scrims, was, especially on poke maps, we're going to see the Sigma. What I'm interested to see is if Sigma can be played against the Junker Queen, if they play it kind of like pokey out of range of the Junker Queen, because there's maybe double sniper might be the play, because Junker Queen has no way to reach the snipers at all. Maybe that's the play.
Yeah, yeah, I think so. I mean, what's interesting is both teams when faced with a Pharah. There's something crazy outside my house right now. Both teams against the Pharah chose Ashes and Cassidy's rather than going for a sniper. I mean, Ash. We've talked about Ash being a sniper, but what I mean is a less mobile sniper, one that stays super far back. I think that kind of shows what kind of comfort both teams are. I think both teams are relatively similar. I think in what they prefer to play. So it's going to be interesting to see King's Row and how this plays out. Whether Sac State sticks with the Junker Queen, despite what Sac State usually likes to play on King's Row.
Which is
Um,
Marissa or Rhine.
yeah, and it
Um,
looks like they are going to stick with the Junker Queen.
but they are running the May. Like, we're seeing May on both sides here. And the pharmacy is still out. That might pose a problem for Sac State, because they don't really have any ranged hit scan DPS outside of ONG here. Who
Yeah.
can sort of carry with the Baptiste, especially against the Pharah, but that's a lot of pressure to put on ONG to perform.
Do you see what I see, Connor? Okay, good. Okay, for a second there, they were looking at Doomfist as the tank, and I got very confused. Pharmacy comes out, and Sac State sees this.
And they kind of fall back a little bit, because like I said, they have no sort of range DPS. We do see Flaming Sushi playing on that off angle on the Junkrat, which we have seen to work really, really well. Zora gets walled off here. They are forced to use Limp, but Flaming Sushi getting 2 kills in the backline on the Mei and the Ana.
Yeah, but ONG goes down to the Pharah, and it's going to be Dusty trying to bring ONG back from spawn. Luckily, I think he died fast enough, and everybody else died from Murray. They are going to be able to group up, but the Pharmacy back again. We have seen Uno
a little out of sync here. Actually, no. ONG got in there just in time.
We have seen Uno hit some crazy icicles on Fars before, but it is kind of when you've got Mei looking up instead of eye level, things get a little dicey. Lamp is used, and I don't know. Sac State seems a little concerned here, and that's Lamp.
To get ONG alongside Flaming Sushi gets picked off by the Mei up on her.
Yeah, Sac State are gonna have to change some things up. This is not working. I think the Junkrat is not the thing.
And there we go. They swapped immediately to a hit scan DPS and Soldier. That's a good idea.
Yeah, but unfortunately,
the rampages are coming online really fast, like really fast.
Yeah, but there's only so much you can do with a rampage when 2 of the members are in the sky.
That is very true. So maybe Zoro might try to focus on the Ana especially, alongside the Mei.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that I like a Junker Queen with this. I really don't. Uno goes down to the bleed.
Went down to the axe, actually. That's the axe.
Sorry, the axe, rather.
Flaming Sushi still just peppering shots away into the choke here. Sound Barrier is online. We got 4 ults coming online. The Amplification Matrix comes out alongside the Rampage. Blizzard comes out from Murray here. And
yeah, but Skinid gets 2.
Zora does manage to catch the Ana. At least that's something. And
yeah, but it's the 2 of them versus the world. Dusty alone, and they res as well. I think Sac State still has to switch.
Honestly, I think Orisa is the play here. Especially with the armor against Junker Queen. There it is! I am not crazy. I am not crazy. Oh, no. Wait, what? Wait, what?
Yeah, Owen switches to the Kiriko. I think to try to get a Suzu for rampages, but
Nano is used
Flaming
alongside
Sushi gets walled off.
that. Blizzard is used as well. Ana is
Oh,
going
miss,
to die
miss.
here. That was a neat little trick there, placing the knife on the top of the ice block so that when Maze comes out, he immediately is stuck. And Junker Queen does go down. It's just the Pharmacy here.
Yeah,
That Mercy
and-
is really low. Oh, nice from Uno.
Yeah, we have seen that from Uno before, but again, it's kind of RNG, that icicle. I mean, can you rely? I mean, the Pharah is really the biggest problem here.
I agree here. With but we do have Tac Visor online from Flaming Sushi. Just he has to not get picked off and sectioned off by on her, or get picked off really early on in this fight, which they are focusing him in intensely, which is the right play to do, especially with that Tac Visor online. Uno
Yeah, I
kind of
mean,
playing
that was an early heal for Flaming Sushi
early
there.
Tac Visor. That was a really early Tac Visor. Rampage is used. Gets 2 with the anti. Junker Queen is going to go down here probably. Nope, she is still alive with the shout. Barrage comes out, manages to get 2. And that's going to be this point.
Yeah, this is not looking good for Sac State. Flaming Sushi switches to the Pharah. I think they're going to try to take this to the skies. But, I mean, the Zora now on Junker Queen. Zora's got to switch.
I think, honestly, Orisa is still the play. Honestly.
Especially
I think
because
is.
look at it. It's just Uno and Zora alone. Essentially, they can take a fight 2v5 because of the Pharmacy. Oh, but there's not even a Pharmacy because we're keeping the Kiriko.
Yeah, it's an Echo Mercy now, though. Not a Pharmacy.
I'm referring to our.
Oh yeah, it's just the Pharah. It's just Flaming Sushi on the Pharah. He swaps to the Sojourn. Kitsune Rush is used, but the Blizzard will shut that down really nicely. But it
Uno gets Horizon.
really early here. The Echo is still on the high ground alongside that Mercy. Junker Queen goes down with the Rampage, but Zora pays his life for it. So both tanks are down.
Uno
here.
very low.
But
Able to
does
get
manage
on
catch
her.
on her. Flaming Sushi on the Sojourn for kind of double hit scan DPS here.
Oof, Owen goes down.
OMG! Ooh. This is not working. This is not working. I think once we get a round swap here, we may see them swap over to that Orisa. But right now, I think it is just genuinely too late. Flaming Sushi does manage to deny that duplicate a lot of value there. They really ooh, that was a lot of spam.
Yeah, and Uno goes down as well. I mean, the thing is, frankly, I have not seen Sac State do really well on a King's Row ever. Something about King's Row with Sac State, it never seems to go incredible. Even if they win it, it's always kind of contentious. So I'm not even really sure why. I'm not sure what about King's Row makes Sac State sort of fold. But something about it.
I think that Orisa still is the play, honestly. I'm going to stand by that opinion. I've said it multiple times, and I'm going to stand by it. I really want to see Zora run that Orisa, at least give it a shot. I'm trying to think of what other options there could be. Roadhog is out of the question, without a shadow of a doubt.
And Zora's gonna stick on the Junker Queen.
Stick it on the Junker Queen.
I think maybe the concern is Junker Queen versus Junker Queen is better than anything else versus Junker Queen for Sac State, but I don't see it.
I don't see it either, especially with how this game is going, with the amount of value both Junker Queens are giving to their team and also just overall. I think the more high impact play would be to go to Orisa and just try to DM the Junker Queen, especially with Fortify.
Yeah, I mean, I also, and I hate to do this to my boy, whom I referred to as my little egg, but I've also seen a lot of missed shots from Zora with that shotgun. So taking the things that Junker Queen is good at and kind of not having them. So I don't know about this. They are able to push back pretty low.
Gets
Uno
the
goes
opening
down though.
pick. Flaming Sushi almost got a pick there on her, making it a 1-to-1 trade. That would have been a really handy pick for Saxade to have right now, especially. But there we go. On her does go down. And Flaming
Yeah, but the
Sushi
res
using
comes
that
out.
concussion. Res comes out, but Zora stays alive. Oh,
Well, he dies, but
well,
he
dies,
gets
but
res.
Insta-res, so. On her goes down again to Uno this time. It's just
He's missing. He's missing those shots.
To be fair, Junker Queen's gun isn't exactly like Reaper. It's actually a bit tighter than Reaper.
No, I know, that's what I'm saying. You gotta hit him.
But it doesn't really seem to matter because they're just killing them one by one here. And that's gonna be it. Point number 1.
Now that was a really quick take. I don't remember what Murray State's take was. But I think
it was a
Sac
bit
State,
longer than that.
yeah, I think Sac State held it for a little bit longer than Murray State did.
It's just going forward. How much of that 5-minute advantage is gonna get eaten away?
Get an energy drink, Connor. We've got best of 5.
I know. But what I mean is, how much of that 5 minutes is gonna get eaten up by Junker Queens doing Junker Queen things, by On Her pulling out a play, Horizon healing up. Ooh, Uno with that, who was using the Deadeye there. I don't really know why. That seemed like a very interesting Deadeye there. The duplicate is used. Barrage comes out. Only gets ONG, but that was all they needed, really.
Yeah, Sac State has to regroup, but they've got all of their ults except for Uno. Murray State does not have Valkyrie or duplication, but has 3. I expect we're going to be seeing quite a bit of ults coming out.
I agree with you. We're probably going to see the initiate with the Rampage from Zora to start this off. Maybe the Barrage as well. Nano on the Echo. Flaming Sushi is going to go down to the focusing beam. Amplification Matrix comes out to try and keep Sushi alive.
Good shot by Uno.
Agreed. But Zora was just DMing on the point. Only managed to get 1 kill on Horizon, but it doesn't really seem to matter as they could just push off the advantage. And that's it. Team kill.
Yeah, I mean, Sac State did have to use all of their ultimates for that, and Murray State does still have the Rampage. So this might be a hard push to that final second point. If Murray State decides that they can contest, they should.
We do see Skidid swap off the Echo and onto the Pharah, so it's the Pharah versus Pharmacy. The Rampage gets denied a lot of its value. They're only really managed to get Zora.
Yeah, Skin goes down. But they are... Ooh, Owen denies that res. People are going down very low here. The Chief goes down on that Junker Queen, and Sac State, without any ults, is able to cap it. Sac State is actually looking really good on this attack. Usually, I think they falter on the attack more than the defense.
They did swap off the Junker Queen to the
Ramatra on the other side.
Usually, whenever I see Ramatra, Junker Queen kind of...
Ooh, Ono goes down.
Uno. Junker Queen against Ramatra, I think Junker Queen is slightly better in terms of the fact that where Ramatra needs to get where he gets a lot of his value is from Nemesis form, which you need to be within relatively close range to use. And at that range, you're within the axe range, you're within shotgun range. It's very easy to hit your knife.
Yeah, another big thing with Ramatra is that it goes through shields, which is why he's so strong against things like Winston's and Reinhardt's, and Junker Queen obviously doesn't have a shield, so I think a big reason why Ramatra is good is negated simply by the
Ooh,
fact that there
Flaming
is no
Sushi.
shield. Flaming Sushi goes down. ONG has to use the lamp.
He tried to use the lamp to save him there. Zora's trying to get out.
Yeah, and that's gonna be Sac State with all of their ults gonna back up. And they've got almost 3 minutes to push it halfway to that third point.
And they've got 4+1 ults here with Flaming Sushi at 86. They've almost got all 5.
Yeah, ults are coming online for Murray State.
Ooh, Skinid going down
Skinid
really
goes
early.
down, and the Mercy's low as well.
That is right. Only Valkyrie is used. That is surprising for this team fight. Literally, only Valkyrie was used.
No, Deadeye was used as well.
Oh yeah, Deadeye was used as well.
Yeah.
My bad. But one of the big play ults instead of a
How
zoning
far?
ult.
What is
Woo! Flaming
that? Was
Sushi.
that
would have
was
really
bad
hurt.
for a second. Ooh, Owen goes down to that.
Yeah, he does, but the barrage managing to catch out the Chief.
Yeah, and
on
that's
their
Sac
Mantra.
State with 20 seconds to spare.
It was close.
We're gonna go down to round 3.
Score
That's right.
3-3. Switching sides. Initiating match.
I'm curious to know whether Zora decides that now switching is an option because the Chief did.
If he still sticks on the Ramatra, I think he's not going to swap at all because the Junker Queen against the Ramatra is a very good counter pick. Is just a good counter pick. So if the Chief stays on the Ramatra, I think we're still going to see the same thing.
I just mean in general, the philosophical that switching is an option.
The
Not
mind
necessarily
game-
Ramatra, but there we go. The Chief starting to pick the Ramatra. Maybe I don't know. I don't know what to say about that one. But it looks like Sac State's gonna stay the same. It worked for them to attack, but they are defending, and
That's right.
they did fall back pretty quickly on defense. So it's gonna be. But Uno is starting on the McCree. I think they expect the Pharah and Flaming Sushi as well on the Pharah. So I do like this better.
Ooh, that was a nice headshot right out of spawn there from Uno.
Yeah, Pharah's getting very low there.
Ramatra is trying to push through main here, using that barrier.
Uno goes down.
Ooh, Skinid, that was a really good pick early on. Flaming Sushi making it a 1-to-1 trade with on her. That's also a really valuable piece in the puzzle that...
Ooh, Pharah
Ooh,
almost went down from Owen.
Almost there.
No, Owen?
Owen almost going down to... Ooh, he's forced to use the lamp there to save his life.
They are on him.
They are on him like butter on toast here.
Like on her.
Uno catching out Skinid.
Matra goes down.
Bit too aggressive there. Didn't have the support of his... Well, supports.
Yeah, and Flaming Sushi's gonna try to get a cheeky pick right outside of spawn, but I don't think it's gonna happen for him.
I agree. I don't think it's gonna happen, but I think he's just trying to farm out some ult charge here.
Yeah, on her switches to Ashe to try to pressure the Pharah a little bit more. I think Flaming Sushi tried to get away with not playing Pharah, but frankly, I don't think he should ever make that decision ever again.
Barrage comes out.
Barrage goes out, gets 2, but Flaming Sushi goes down for Skinid. The Chief goes down from Ramatra. Valk is out, and now we're at 7 seconds.
Barrage
Uno
comes
goes
out.
down,
Zora!
but it's Zora and Owen
Still on the
for
point.
life.
It's pretty much just this
You
mercy.
hear somebody in hotel?
Ooh, the ball comes out and Zora has to get.
You
has to
hear
give way.
someone? Ah.
I think he's kind of busy trying to keep the Junker Queen alive. Ball goes down.
Yeah, Mercy's very low. Dusty gets very low, and so does Flaming
Airshot by
Sushi.
Skinid.
And it's back to ONG and Zora. Come on,
Uno
hit some heads. Come on, Uno.
Ooh, almost goes down to the tree.
But they
They
C9'd.
did not touch. Oh, that is rough. All Sex 8 has to do is get one tick here
Switching sides.
on
Yeah.
this first point. And they have a minute and 40 seconds to do it.
Yeah,
Or
I
a
mean,
minute and
and
50 seconds
we did see Sac State take the first point really quickly on their attack, so I think it's looking good for Sac State.
I agree. I really wanted to see that Orisa play, but if the Chief is still going to stick on the Ramatra, still thinks that's the right play, no reason to swap off Junker Queen, just at all.
Yeah, at this point, definitely not.
And it seems like we are also exactly that.
The Moira is an interesting choice, acting like it's a gold game, but all right.
I mean, as Moira TikTok very often says, Moira can have value. She has tools. She deals more DPS than other supports. She can heal and
ONG
DPS
would
at the same
disagree.
time. ONG would disagree, but we don't argue with Moira TikTok. That is
Moira
like-
and Kiriko. Very interesting. I mean, especially against a Pharah. Pharah can just kind of...
just do that.
Yeah.
Especially because they are running double hit scan, but they're running really clumped up here.
Ooh, Uno goes
Oh.
down.
Yeah, that Ramatra's vortex there. That's what that little thing on the ground is called. It's called Ravenous Vortex.
They're coming up to your
slow-
right. Be
The
careful.
slow on that thing is actually really noticeable. It may not seem like it, but it really is. You really feel it.
Yeah, Ramatra
Zora-
goes really low. A lot of them are low.
Flaming Sushi gets
Honor
on.
goes down.
Horizon is also low.
Kiriko has
In
no
mid,
TP.
getting Uno. Zora gets Horizon here. And Saxay's on the point. They have a
Yeah,
huge
Kiriko
advantage
goes
here.
down, and Ramatra is going to go down as well, and that is Sac State taking King's Row.
Yep.
Victory.
Just overall, Junker Queen. I did say I was gonna expect Junker Queen. I did not think it was gonna be this bad.
Play of the game.
Honestly, I did not think it was going to be this bad. I think Blizzard really kind of screwed the pooch here.
Yeah, I mean, Zora was so happy about him training so hard on Sigma, and then all of a sudden, they took his dream away from him.
And now he's forced to play Junker Queen.
All right, we are going to go to a short break because it is a best of 5, and we will be back when the map has been picked. See you then.
We'll see you guys then.
Welcome back, and here we are on Route 66. We've got the same characters, but this time Canner is actually subbed for Zora. And guess what? We're not gonna see Junker Queen this map. Yippee! Yay! Absolutely, we got Canner. Canner, the Sigma grind set individual.
Sigma.
And we've got Flaming Sushi staying on the Pharah. Oh, and on the Baptiste, as we like to see, and Uno on the Ash, just in case they run a Pharah.
Which they're
And
running
the
an
Chief.
Echo.
The Chief is on. Okay. All right.
Yes.
What's up with you and Toes? This is the second time.
This is the third time,
Cameraman.
actually. This is the third
Okay.
time.
Well, I was going to give him the benefit of the doubt, but that's fine. We've got the Chief on Hammond.
The ball. Interesting. I mean, against Sigma Poke, it could work if they're really aggressive, but the support line really doesn't lean into that. It's more... The support line really doesn't lean into that aggression, although the ball has managed to flank around everybody, forcing Canner off the high ground here.
Uno goes down.
Opening pick on Uno.
Yeah, I mean, Sac State is playing very, very passive here. Not even attempting to stop the cart before it gets around that corner. I mean, Murray State is kind of just moving the cart for free with that Ana. And Sac State has already lost everybody but the pharmacy. Really.
Yeah.
I mean, Sigma's coming back, but they're moving this cart one person for nothing.
We do see Uno swap over to the Sombra to counter the ball, which that is the right play to do, is counter the ball. Is running Sombra. Flaming Sushi getting picked off by Skinit early on. ONG making it a 1-1 with on her here.
Horizon
ONG
goes down.
Again, ONG.
Yeah, but Owen is very low here. Mercy has to go and keep Owen alive.
Someone's gotta keep Canner alive, and Owen as well. The res is used. The res was gonna be used there, but Skinid gets both the supports as the duplicate is used to copy Pharah.
Yeah.
Uno goes down.
Their Mercy does go down, but this is a messy fight here.
And it's just
this is
Canner
kind of
left.
just chaos, with no real
Both bombs
strategy.
used, but yeah, just basically how you put it. There was the ball initiate really early on, kind of like swung that fight really hard. So
Yeah, but even when you look at where Sac State was holding before they even saw the ball, I mean, they were playing very scared, and never really took the space that they needed to, let alone the ball, who could kind of take advantage of that. I mean, Sac State's got to switch something up. They did the... Honor does go down, but I mean, they did do the Sombra, but again, they have to get presence on that point.
which they are doing as Flaming Sushi manages to get both on her and Horizon. Saxay does have 5 ults here. So this ball has to be very careful when they decide to initiate, as Sombra is keeping definitely just like acting as a vulture against this ball, keeping him fully in mind. Uno almost going down to skin it. That would have been a real travesty for Sac State. That, I think we just saw a no reg there from Flaming Sushi. EMP is used on the point. Barrage as well. And
yeah, I mean, that was definitely personal against the Ana, but they allow the Mercy to res, and the Echo bombs
Duplicate
down
is-
Flaming Sushi.
And the duplicate is used. Tanner doing excellent work at countering that duplicate, both by the rock and using the terrain.
Ooh, Flaming
that
Sushi goes
order.
down again. Flaming Sushi is getting diffed by the Echo just because of the bombs, and then that E ability. Owen gets on her though. But Sombra gets caught out by the Echo. The Echo is currently wreaking havoc. Flaming Sushi switches off of the Pharah and switches to the McCree to try to, or the Cassidy rather, to try to do something.
Ooh, that was a lot of
Lamp
damage
has
there.
to go down, but both Owen goes down and Flaming Sushi also goes down, and now it's just Canner and
Yeah.
Dusty with the Dream.
Now just Canner, but
Yeah, I mean, Sac State has to do something. They're just kind of getting rolled over.
that is true. I don't
Dusty
think,
switches to the Brig.
which, for those who don't know, Briggs' ultimate got reworked in the previous patch, not the patch we're playing on right now. The
Flaming
previous
Zeus
patch,
gets pitched.
he does get picked again.
And so does
What I-
Owen.
What I was gonna say was, as we see this, I don't know what's going on here with this team fight. Briggs' armor has gotten fixed essentially with her ultimate. Now it actually properly calculates it, so the rally is stronger than it was in the previous patch. But
Yeah,
they're not
well,
really gonna use it. They're not really gonna use it because they're swapping immediately over to
Oh.
Zen. And to the Diva.
Yeah, I mean, Sac State is kind of just panicking. They've got to stop it now.
I'm surprised we didn't see Canner swap over to the Junker Queen, because Junker Queen kind of hard deals with ball.
Yeah, I think maybe they purposely wanted Zora to focus on the Junker Queen and Canner to do everything else. Maybe that was Coach Duff's directive. Soldier gets duplicated. I
Canner's
didn't even
really low.
notice Flaming Sushi switched over to the Soldier. It's just, it's chaos.
It is absolutely chaos. Echo uses... Ooh, Flaming Sushi. Dusty is the only man left alive of Sac State here.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's gonna be basically a 2-second push. Diva's gonna be able to probably take it to a 130 or maybe a 115, but
They've just got to try to stay on the point here. They did manage to catch Horizon, so it's going to take a while for them to get back.
yeah, but ONG gets
Canner is
Canner
just-
almost got excited and left the point
I
for a
think that was-
second there.
Tac Visor is used.
Yeah, but
Doesn't
Dusty
get
goes
anybody,
down to
but
the
they have to get on
ball.
the point. OG, ooh, he's playing really close and dangerous with the mines
He
there.
has to,
And that's going to be
and that's
it.
to 110. I mean,
That
they
was-
did have a good hold that last sort of microsecond of overtime, or not overtime, but you know, basically 99%. But boy, that was probably the messiest I've seen Sac State. They just kind of seemed like chickens with their head cut off.
I think it's mostly just a snowball after the first fight, honestly. The ball has been providing a lot of value because he's been able to able to disrupt that Sigma's kind of a bit more like rigid positioning. So that ball's been getting a lot of value, and the Echo is just capitalizing on all the disruptions that he's making. So swapping over to the Diva, it does kind of make sense. But it's not really working. So
No, I mean, again, like I said at the very beginning, they could have at least put up a fight to the snowball at the beginning, but it didn't even seem like they lost a fight when the cart had already gone halfway to where it needed to go before they even saw him. I mean, I understand the purpose of holding there, but it's also, you know, when you lose the fight and they already have the first point, you have to have a convincing re-engage, and we never really saw that from Sac State. It's gonna be double divas here, which is interesting.
Diva and a Sombra. Double Diva and a Sombra. The Sombra I think may have been to try and predict a ball or some other tank that requires a lot of abilities. Ooh.
Yep.
Ooh.
Yep.
That was a nice little combo there with the boosters and the hack.
Yeah, Diva gets low.
Flaming Sushi swaps over to the Sojourn as opposed to the Widow, which
That's a
think
good call.
yeah. one thing I am surprised to see is I honestly think right now having Uno on the Ashe, but also having Flaming Sushi on the Symmetra might be an interesting idea because Symmetra can just beam through Diva. Smack.
Horizon goes down, and Diva is very low.
That's right.
Sombra makes
Flaming
herself
Sushi.
known.
But they are able to get that fight won and force the rest of Murray State back.
Yeah, I mean, you could see though that Murray State was bringing the fight to the cart, which is something that Sac State did not do. They went backwards instead of forwards when they started losing, and Murray at least went forward to stop some of that cart momentum. Sac State falls back a little bit, and Canner gets demeched.
That is really early on. That's basically before the team fight even starts. Uno goes
Ooh.
down alongside Dusty. The
Yeah, and
Valkyrie
Bob
is
gets-
used.
Gets canceled by the sleep
That's right.
and gets hacked, so the Bob gets no value there. And Murray State able to hold. This is not looking good for Sac State.
It is not. ONG swaps over to the BAP.
Yeah, and
he swapped over
Sombra
back
has
a
an
while ago.
EMT. Or EMP. And EMP is going to probably be used quickly, especially when they're all...
Oh!
She gets
Ooh.
caught out there for a
Tanner,
second.
that was really lucky there, finding the exact way Sombra was walking. But that EMP is probably going to come out here in this team fight, like you said. And there's
Yeah, there it is.
There it is.
It
The
doesn't
duplicate
get
as
too
well.
many people, but the sleep goes out on Uno. Mercy
Flaming
goes
Sushi
down.
Manages to get a overclock to get Myri. Is that how you say it?
Yeah, the Echo is very low. Sneeze on her. Ana is very low as well, and Sac State's gonna win this fight.
Yep.
But it's 1 minute.
They're gonna have roughly, yeah, they're gonna have about 3 minutes to make it to the second point, or which especially this part of Route 66, it's a bit easier to hold in terms of the fact you have much tighter angles. It's a bit less open. So
Yeah, Dusty goes down and so does Uno. I do like that Sac State brought the fight to them, but that's already 2 members down from Sac State, and Flaming Sushi goes down as well. That is 3.
Yep. That hack is posing a real nuisance for Canner. Because whenever he uses boosters, he just gets hacked and it gets shut off.
Yeah, definitely the Sombra on Murray State's end is definitely doing more work than it was for Sac State. The Chief goes very low
There
and has
goes
to
the-
use... Oh, and that's Uno gets caught out by it, and ONG gets E'd down from the Echo. Dusty gets caught too. Murray State has now taken a minute down from Sac State's time. And Sac State's not going to have very much time to push this.
They are not at all. Looks like they're going to try and push through this little cave here. I don't think that's a good idea with the amount of spam that Murray State's able to output, especially with with how much value the sticky bombs have been getting.
Yeah. Capacity goes very low.
There goes the amplification.
Yeah, but there's very little people there to use it on.
Which, if you think of amplification as a zoning tool in this instance, isn't a bad thing as it gives it forces the card to get pushed around the corner, which is a decent amount of pressure. The problem is that Sac State is not capitalizing on that, as the Echo is still, but Horizon does go down. That Nano is now offline. Flaming Sushi is trying to shoot that Mercy. The Diva Bomb. Oh, gets Uno again with a Diva Bomb. That is rough luck for Uno. Overclock is used. Manages to demech the Diva. Hopefully doesn't get caught by that bomb.
That's a second bomb in a very short time. Their Diva is just farming.
Well, that first one was from the Echo duplicate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thank God. I was like, what in the hell is going on there?
Yeah,
Still, though, they're down to 30 seconds.
they have to get this here because if they don't, they're not gonna have enough time to make it back.
Canner gets slept. Ooh, Flaming Sushi goes down from that.
They gotta jump on the point here. Rez is forced out. Canner is demeched. Amplification matrix is used. That diva is just gonna eat it all with her defense matrix. And playing around the corner there. Flaming Sushi, I think, honestly now, I think they're gonna get it. They're gonna get this point. That's gonna give them about a minute and a half.
But it's gonna be overtime, and there's no physical way for the cart to be pushed that fast. 20 seconds. So we're probably looking at an overtime cap if Sac State is able to cap.
They do have the ult advantage, but the duplicate is gonna come online very, very soon. So it's all about if that duplicate can get value. The Valkyrie is also online as well. Sac State kind of has an answer to especially explosive duplicate. Deadeye is also online.
Oh no, it's going down very low.
Getting really low there again with the sticky bombs. Deadeye is used. We see, ooh, immediately.
Gets rid of the duplicate.
Was a
Anti
good-
makes Diva.
That it was a very, very.
This actually might be winnable for Sac State without overtime.
It certainly is. As the overclock is used by Flaming Sushi.
If they don't touch the point.
They're not gonna touch the point. That's it. Sac
Wow.
State was able to They didn't even
To
need
not
the
get
overtime.
it to overtime. Yeah, I mean, that is a 44-second difference, which certainly can be very impactful, but Sac State kind of had a clutch last push there. I mean, wow. That was great for Sac State.
It is gonna come down to the wire, so.
Yeah, and just a reminder, this is Sac State's match point. So if Sac State wins this, then it's
go home.
over.
You get to go home early.
Ready for battle.
Boy,
Again, we're probably
the double diva is just shocking to me.
Usually this is like the Sigma map, so you'd expect Sigma, but Diva?
Yeah, this is something. Diva Sombra. What is this? 2013? Like what?
The game came out in 2016, correct?
I know, but it's like 2013, you know? It's that vibe, it's the feel. It's not the true, it's not the calendar, it's the feel. That's my Facebook mom meme for the day.
All right. Thank you. I really do appreciate it.
Attackers incoming. Stop the payload.
They are holding. Murray's holding really far forward here. They're kind of holding around this corner.
Yeah,
Not
I
really
mean, they
holding on-
have to.
They have to, yeah. But that was really. They ceded that high ground really quick. I'm honestly surprised they didn't try to fight for it a bit more.
Yeah, On Her goes really, really low, is able to get back. But already Sac State gets it around the corner.
30 seconds remaining.
ONG
Uh-oh.
gets anti.
The anti doesn't do much.
Does not do much, but Flaming Sushi does have a full railgun. Or did have a full railgun.
Yeah, Diva gets demacked, and that's big for Sac State.
Canner is close to getting demeched though.
Honor goes down. They have no tank. As long
They
as Sac
have no
State
tank.
doesn't get off
They-
of this.
They got it. They got the first point. I'm fairly certain. I don't think they're gonna have enough time. Although I am genuinely surprised they aren't all just sitting on the cart. I mean, what's the max cart
you
rate?
only
Is it
need
3?
three. Yeah,
Yeah.
3 is the max, so.
Yeah. Okay. Well, they are gonna get this first point because I don't think that Murray.
Yeah,
is
but it's overtime. They've got to stay there for the
It is-
majority.
They gotta at least keep one member on that cart.
Yeah,
And if anyone's
luckily,
gonna do it, it's probably going to be ONG.
yeah, I was gonna say, luckily ONG on that Baptiste is gonna be able to keep everybody, as long as it's AOE, the closer
Yeah.
they are together, the better.
Yeah, Matrix does come out. but they are going to push past it. So, and they good time. That was a really good timing there. ONG getting focused by Skinid really early on.
Yeah,
As
they
the
know
nano-
ONG is the uh-oh.
Diva Bomb. Oh
Diva Bomb
no.
comes out, and I think that's going to be the end of Sac State.
I think so too. Unless
Yeah, it's
Canner
just
can.
Canner. Nope.
Yeah. No, that's gonna be it. They did get the first point though, so all Sac State has to do here is keep them from getting that first point,
Score
which is possible.
4-3.
Yeah, I mean, they do have 44 more seconds, which I think if Sac State had 44 more seconds, they would be able to push it past. So it's going to be kind of dicey for Sac State. They're going to need a really convincing hold, and they're going to have to win probably 2 long team fights or 3 short ones.
I agree with you. I just want to see whether or not they're able to kind of rectify the mistakes from the first hold here.
Ready.
Since they are running a diva, they're probably going to try to play a bit more
Yeah, and Sac State's not going to change their comp.
and it seems like Murray isn't going to change either.
Yeah, I mean, on her on the Sombra definitely was doing a lot of work at the beginning, but we didn't really hear from her much on that previous round.
We do see Uno swap over to the Ash now. For
Yeah, I
this
mean, that dynamite will be huge when they're all grouped on the cart.
The Chief is going with the ball. They're going with the ball for this first point.
1.
Yeah, I mean, the ball did a lot on their first attack.
Stop the payload.
They've got to play a bit farther forward if that ball's going to be
Yeah,
in
but
play
Sac
now.
State already going back to where they were. And the Sombra's there. The Sombra's gonna hack
Alongside
somebody and...
the ball as well. His ball is flanking. He's going to try and knock people off the high ground here.
Yeah,
Knocks
Sac
two off
State...
the high ground.
Ooh, Sac State's
ONG.
gotta... They are really focusing ONG. Sac State's gotta just play on the point. They've gotta act like they're attacking, not defending, I think, at this
The
point.
res is used on Uno.
Yeah, because this is exactly what happened in the first time. The cart is just moving.
They're
Luckily,
playing-
Canner does move, but
He
I
does
think
go down.
the entirety of Sac State needs to move to the cart. They need to swap the map control, and that doesn't happen. Yeah, this is gonna be exactly what we saw in the first map.
Especially given the fact that that ball is getting a lot of value from initiating.
Yeah, and they can't die here. They have 1 shot. And it's gonna be 30 seconds.
30 seconds remaining.
Flaming Sushi on the Tracer. Gonna try to get the Ana. Ooh, this is bad for Flaming Sushi. Ana uses the nade defensively, which is big. Ball goes very low. Ball goes down. But Sac State better focus on this cart.
Ooh!
Ooh, that's huge for Sac State.
It is, certainly. Duplicated use. Bob manages to get thrown out.
Yeah, and Bob gets dustier corn.
They
But
didn't touch!
they didn't touch, and that is Sac State. That is the game. That is the match.
Indeed.
That looked really dicey for Sac State there for a second, and I think Sac State definitely needs to learn from Route 66. I hope that there's some VOD reviewing of that. I think that they're not really used to playing against teams that are as sort of aggressively flankers as Murray State, and Murray State definitely brought them very close, even though it was 3-0. Murray State definitely fought them quite a bit on that Kings Row and also the Route 66. So I think Sac State has a lot to learn from this match, and I think hopefully they're gonna proceed, especially with the Junker Queen. You know, I think there's a lot of new things that Sac State are having to try. That you know, it's kind of a weird experiment time, which is something that you never want to see in the national group stages. It
Well-
sort of levels the playing field.
Well, at this national level, you've encountered a lot of different strategies. when you get certain regions kind of develop themes and players because you know all the players, or at least you know a few of them. You can get familiar with the kind of feeling of way the game plays. That's why NA regions and EU regions and Asian regions play the game so much differently. It's because of the fact that the cultures are slightly different within those regions. And there isn't much difference when it comes to NA, but when it comes to this level and the fact of how this is mostly just comfort picks, if you can play a character that is really strong in the current meta, like Junker Queen, even to a passable degree, as we saw, it can win you games.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, I think this is part of what makes nationals so interesting is that you're not just playing teams that you've seen before, and we're starting fresh. We're no longer the first seed or anything like that. It's a new territory for Sac State, and I think it's great that they were able to pull it out this time. But uh, I think we're going to be seeing a lot more and different stuff going forward.
I agree with you.
When is our
Well,
next game, Connor?
I think it's next week,
All right.
and it
Sounds
looks,
good.
uh, yeah. Well, it looks like we do have an interview for this specific for right now. Um, everyone, say hi to one of the main DPSs for Sac State, Uno. Introduce
Hey,
yourself,
what's
buddy.
up? Hi. Good game today. I'm excited. I'm happy. I was a little nervous going into the first round of, I guess, national group stage, but it went pretty well. Easier than I thought it would be. I wasn't sure what kind of competition we'd face, but
Easier than you thought it would be. Well, what happened on Route 66?
well, Route 66, they were playing like a dive comp with ball on attack, and that was kind of hard for me as Ash because, like, what am I gonna do if they close the distance and they pile drive on me and they have like a Sombra shooting me in the back?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of hard for me to play to my strengths. They're, playing like that. So that's why I swapped to Sombra, just purely to counter the ball. But we kept on relying back on the Ash, and then you saw me go Kree as well, because Kree was doing. I think my Kree was really good today, so it was doing really good against the Echo.
Especially on Oasis, you just popped off.
Yeah, that's why like I popped off on Oasis, and so like I felt confident in my Kree. I don't pull them out too much, but since they were running a really, I guess fly heavy, comp with Pharah or Echo, like I had to pull it out, and it was
Mhm.
working out. So I'm happy about that.
One thing I gotta say though is, with the prevalence of Junker Queen and the strength she provides, do you think we're gonna see like what can we expect from you with this new Junker Queen kind of meta sort of thing developing?
Honestly, I don't know. Like, it wasn't until today when I played against her and when we did scrims to see like how she actually plays with her buffs, and it's kind of ridiculous how much they buffed her. I didn't realize it because I never looked over the patch notes, but I don't know. I think we're gonna be running a lot more Junker Queen, especially now since she's meta. Maybe we might run more dive heavy comps. Maybe like you might see me on Tracer, but we have to talk, as a team because we haven't really fully discussed that yet.
Mm-hmm.
And when you said that you had to adapt to their Route 66 sort of strategy, how quickly do you think the team as a whole developed, and what are the things that you guys might want to do differently going forward?
We kind of went in with the very typical poke comp, and I would say we were a little slow to adapt. I think we're pretty stubborn to switch comps, and you saw me swap without really the team swapping, so it was kind of like a mismatch of like of our comp. So I think definitely discussing Route 66 because we don't normally play Route 66. So I think we definitely have to talk about swapping comps, especially on a map like Route 66 when you could play dive and really do well, or you could play poke. So we have to be able to adapt, and we have to talk about that map since we don't usually play that one.
And what's your goal for going forward? I mean, how are you guys going to are you guys going to practice more different comps? Are you guys going to stay where you are? What's your sort of
I think
goal?
we have a good baseline with our brawl, and I've always wanted to like veer out of that and have a good fallback plan with like dive and poke. I'd say our second best comp is poke, right after brawl,
Mm-hmm.
and I think we need to work on our dive. So I'd like just to get comfortable on every other, I guess, comp you could run. So that includes dive and poke. But yeah, I think I just want to get more experience as a team. We need to try more things out, and we do well. We don't really have to swap off comps too often. So I want us to be kind of uncomfortable and be forced to swap so that we gain more experience. Because against better teams, they're going to be forcing us to swap, and so we need to be able to rely on those plan Bs.
Yeah,
All right.
absolutely. Was there anything you'd like to shout out? Anything you'd like to say before we end up?
Um, I don't know. I just Sac State's going all the way. I feel confident in this team. I think we're going to take it all the way. We're going to keep that confidence. It's always winnable. Uh, famous by Trunks. It's always winnable. So yeah,
Mhm.
it's looking good for us.
All right, man. Well, we appreciate the time. You get go and get back with your boys. Have a nice old just a group hug after that. It was a really good game.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, man.
See ya.
All right, bye. Well, Karena, anything you want to say after seeing the new Junker Queen in action?
Yeah, I mean, like I was always on our boys about there's going to reach a point where the teams are better and they're going to have to adapt. That was always my thing was they've gotten lucky kind of brute forcing and now we're getting to the point where we're finally seeing whether Sac State has the ability to adapt and to sort of swap on the fly. And so I think everything that Una was saying about having to be uncomfortable and things like that is absolutely gonna run true, and I love that they're already thinking about that. So I think the fact that they're aware of it and the fact that there's now this sort of blank page that they get to write with how they scrim, with how they practice, I think it's looking really good for Sac State. Because I mean the biggest problem that I saw with them was sort of the stubbornness, like he said, and so the fact that we've gotten to the point where they are actively sort of aware, which is the biggest problem with teams that have sort of gotten away with brute forcing, is that they think, well, I mean, it's worked before, so what does it matter? And so I think Sac State is looking great, and I mean they won 3-0 for a best of five for their first group stage. So I think, like he said, Sac State is looking really, really good.
I agree. Well, everybody, we're gonna call it a night here. I appreciate you all for watching. Thank you, Karena, for joining me tonight. It's always a pleasure.
You too.
Okay, that's it. All right, guys. Have a good night.
Bye.